This is Housing News 360. The headlines: Minister threatens to terminate road construction contract over delay. Real estate overtakes oil and gas as Nigeria's third largest sector. Abuja residents allege terror threats seek security. Permanent Secretary pledges to address post-service housing challenge for veterans. On the foreign scene, new milestone reached in the rapid construction of 500 highly refabricated housing units in Canada. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has won the contractor of the East-West Road, Section 3, Eleme Junction to Onne Junction, Messrs Reynolds Construction Company, to deploy more resources to hasten the pace of work or face rescoping or termination of the contract. Umahi, however, handed down a warning on Wednesday while inspecting the progress of the project and expressing satisfaction with the quality of work done, reminded the contractor to deliver a section of the carriageway before the end of April 2025. A statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Mohammed Ahmed, on Thursday said Umahi began an inspection on ongoing road projects in the southeast and south-south geopolitical zones, starting with Section 3 of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, Umuahia-Aba. He, however, warned that the ministry will not tolerate delays and will continue to closely monitor all ongoing projects, ensuring that they align with President Tinubu's vision for accelerated national growth and development. From the ongoing Gross Domestic Product and Consumer Price Index, rebasing shows that real estate has displaced oil and gas as Nigeria's third largest sector. Real estate is behind crop production and trade, which are now Nigeria's biggest and second biggest sectors, respectively. Agriculture had been Nigeria's biggest sector before now, contributing over 20% to the nation's GDP. It adds subsectors such as crop production, livestock, forestry, and fishing. In nominal terms, real estate services grew by 46.52% in the third quarter of 2024, higher by 43.70 percentage points than the growth rate reported for the same period in 2023 and lower when compared to the preceding quarter. Despite the declining purchasing power, there is a growing demand for Nigeria's real estate. However, the real estate market is anticipated to achieve a value of $2.61 trillion by 2025, showing that the sector has huge potential. Residents of Kuchibuyi community, a suburb of Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, has called for improved security networks to avert terrorist attacks following last Monday's bomb explosion in the area. 2 children died, while others got injured in the blast, which rocked an Islamia school in the community as workers resumed fully for the year. The incident also left the community reeling as they suspected that the explosion was a direct terrorist attack. The residents called for swift action to prevent further tragedies and ensure their safety, stressing escalating tensions in the community since the arrival of the Almajiris 4 years ago. The new Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Defense, Ambassador Gebre Aduda, has promised to work with the services to address the housing deficit and improve the post-service scheme. He also promised to expedite action on reviewing defense policy as a critical component of national security. Aduda stated this during a familiarization visit to the defense headquarters in Abuja. He said the ministry would continue collaborating with these services to ensure the policy was quickly reviewed. According to him, the defense policy review may allow them to see how to make that available in public service rules. He also promised to work with them to enhance services, welfare, and address deficiencies, especially in housing. The governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, yesterday signed Land Use Regulation 2025 as well as Executive Order No. 1, 2025, designated some areas in the state as urban areas. By the provisions of the executive order titled Enugu State Designation of Land as Urban Areas, the entire Enugu East, Enugu North, and Enugu South local government areas have been designated urban areas. This is a major milestone that has been witnessed and it's quite historic. This again is in line with what has been witnessed a few weeks ago when the Enugu State Geographic Information System was launched, a system that is designated to fast-track applications for land titles and indeed other administrative functions relating to land. This is really a major milestone towards enhancing the revenue of Enugu State and to ensure ease of doing business where prospective applicants can easily know what their fees are and the timelines that the application will be processed. The government of Canada and Quebec announced a call for projects by the Société de Habitation de Québec to fund the construction of highly prefabricated multi-unit housing to respond more quickly to the needs of low and moderate income Quebec households. Through this initiative, the first batch of 500 units will be built by 2026 as part of a new phase of the program de Habitation Abordable Quebec for the design and construction of prefabricated buildings. To get more housing news, catch up with Housing TV news across all social media platforms.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.